The work The Lightning Thief, the first volume of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan, marks a revolution in young adult literature by irreverently and creatively blending elements of Greek mythology with contemporary everyday life. Published in 2005, the book introduces Percy Jackson, a young boy with academic struggles marked by dyslexia and attention deficit disorder, who discovers he is the son of a god and therefore part of a hidden world filled with dangers, twists, and unforgettable characters. Rick Riordan, an author with extensive experience in storytelling that mixes adventure and humor, uses accessible language and a first-person narrative style that brings the reader closer to the emotions and dilemmas of the protagonist. From the very first pages, Riordan captures the reader's attention by presenting Percy as an uncommon teenager who, despite his difficulties, reveals surprising courage. The plot begins during a school trip to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where inexplicable events, such as the mysterious transformation of his pre-algebra teacher, signal that something much bigger is about to unfold. Throughout the narrative, Percy experiences situations that blend the fantastic with the mundane. He gets into fights, faces mythological creatures, deals with strict teachers, and above all, discovers his true identity as a demigod, the son of Poseidon. Each episode, no matter how unusual, is told with a tone of sharp and sincere humor, allowing the reader to identify with the protagonist's feelings of exclusion and his struggle for belonging. The plot develops intensely and dynamically, filled with twists that turn each chapter into a new adventure. One of the central moments occurs when Percy, during a field trip, is confronted by the sinister Mrs. Dodds, a figure who, in the boy's eyes, transforms into an almost demonic entity with claws, wings, and inexplicable fury. This scene not only establishes the atmosphere of mystery and danger that permeates the entire work, but also symbolizes the protagonist's difficulty in understanding and accepting his reality, divided between the world of mortals and that of the gods. Alongside his loyal friend Grover, who turns out to be much more than he appears, Percy embarks on a mission to recover Zeus's master bolt, whose theft threatens to unleash a devastating conflict among the Olympian gods. This journey, filled with surprising encounters from old ladies knitting socks of death to bus passengers with inexplicable secrets, is narrated with a constant alternation between moments of tension, humor, and introspection, showcasing Riordan's ability to maintain the pace and surprise the reader on every page. Throughout the book, the narrative reveals not only an epic adventure, but also a profound reflection on universal themes. The search for identity, the feeling of not belonging, and the need to overcome personal limitations are treated with a light yet impactful touch through the eyes of a teenager who, despite adversity, finds in his divine origins a reason to fight and reinvent himself. The confrontation with authoritarian figures, such as the enigmatic Mr. Brunner, who is both a mentor and an enigma to Percy, and the gradual revelation of the secrets of his lineage, make the plot rich in narrative layers. Each episode, from school mishaps to the dangers faced at summer camps and encounters with supernatural beings, is carefully constructed to amplify the protagonist's emotional complexity, highlighting his vulnerability and at the same time his inner strength. Riordan's effectiveness as a narrator lies largely in his ability to blend the fantastic and the everyday in an organic way. The writing style is marked by short sentences, dynamic dialogue, and colloquial language that brings the reader, especially young audiences, closer to Percy's dilemmas and emotions. For example, the humorous and detailed descriptions, such as the unexpected transformation of a teacher into a monstrous creature, or the bizarre situations faced during a simple school trip, illustrate how the author can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. This stylistic approach not only keeps the reader engaged, but also creates an environment where the narrative events, no matter how surreal, possess an internal logic that reinforces the suspension of disbelief, a crucial element in fantasy narratives. From a formal and aesthetic perspective, The Lightning Thief presents characteristics that reinforce its identity as a young adult adventure novel. The structure of the chapters, short and with titles that already hint at the irreverent tone of each episode, contributes to a fast-paced rhythm, where each scene seems to carry the promise of a new surprise. This fragmentation, combined with the first-person narrative, allows the reader to closely follow Percy's emotional evolution, his doubts, fears, and above all, his determination to face seemingly insurmountable challenges. Additionally, the intertextuality present in the book, with references to Greek mythology and pop culture, enriches the text, offering multiple layers of reading that range from immediate entertainment to the possibility of subtle learning about historical and cultural themes. The narrative events significantly influence the overall impact of the work. Each twist, whether the frightening appearance of Mrs. Dodds, the hallucinations that blur reality with imagination, or the moments of tension experienced during the mission to recover the stolen bolt, serves to consolidate the duality between the visible and the hidden world. This duality is symbolized by Percy himself, a young boy who, even feeling the weight of his limitations, discovers a powerful heritage that drives him to seek the truth about his origin and destiny. The way Riordan constructs these scenes with a combination of humor, suspense, and emotion demonstrates his skill in creating an engaging narrative that invites the reader to reflect on the importance of embracing one's differences and facing challenges with courage. In summary, The Lightning Thief is a work that goes beyond a simple adventure story. Rick Riordan, with his unique and accessible style, transforms ancient mythological legends into a contemporary tale filled with humor, action, and profound reflections. The combination of dynamic writing, well-constructed characters, and surprising events ensures that the book not only entertains, but also educates and inspires its readers. By highlighting Percy Jackson's dilemmas and triumphs, the work reaffirms the idea that true greatness lies in the ability to overcome one's limitations and find, even in the most adverse situations, reasons to believe in a better future. The richness of the narrative details, from everyday school mishaps to epic battles against supernatural forces, reinforces the author's effectiveness in creating a timeless work capable of engaging readers across generations. This review, through examples drawn directly from the text, demonstrates how each narrative event influences the construction of Percy Jackson's universe, turning it into a space where mythology comes alive and heroism is revealed in the courage to be different. The overall impact of the work lies precisely in this fusion of the ancient and the modern, which continues to enchant and inspire readers around the world, solidifying The Lightning Thief as a true milestone in contemporary young adult literature.